Alright.
How come it just says okay on the stream?
Yeah, I don't know that either. Whatever.
It's as fast as it's ever been.
Hey folks! I'm Tom Vasel and you're here live at the Dice Tower Con.
What's going on? I'm Z Garcia.
And
Chaz Marlin.
So, we're actually going to have different people stop by for the next hour or until I get bored. The line for Dice Tower Con was around the corner. There was at least 100 people in line.
I think it ends at SeaWorld.
Maybe there's people like getting in the wrong line. They get here like,
I think
what?
Where are all the dolphins?
So this is your first time here.
Yes, it is.
Why did you come?
Well, I actually was going to go to Disney World, and we took the wrong exit and ended up here, and voila!
So if you can see behind us, there's a lot of open space. I really think we're going to be really crowded today, comparatively. But they've opened up more rooms in the back.
Right.
I don't know if you've gone and looked at them, but it's pretty open.
There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of space too. So that's good.
Here's Sam Healy in the background. Yay!
What's up, big guy?
Let's see how it is, man. You just walk in and sit right down. That's
Correct. That is correct. What are you doing? No one
So,
can see you there.
if you have any questions for us,
Hiding
maybe for Chaz, because he's only here for a few minutes, type them in the thing, and we'll get to answering those as we can. And we'll also have different people stopping by. We'll try to creep you out as much as we possibly can. We're in the big ballroom. We're in the big ballroom where most of the gaming happens at the convention. This is Ocean Ballroom, I think. I don't know. All right, so no questions so far. A bunch of people don't know you though. So look, hey Chaz, you actually out-Z'd Z.
Uh-oh.
That's a verb that we have.
So this is your first con, right? And last.
Wait, this is your first gaming con?
No.
What have you been to before?
Oh, just local ones. Game Storm in Vancouver, Washington. Local one, Egg in Eugene, Oregon.
It's called Egg?
Eugene Games Gala.
It's run by Eagle Griffin.
So, still no questions.
Sam is the background guy.
Oh, there's 41 people now, so there's more people watching, so hooray. Chaz, how do you come up with all the topics you cover?
Oh, it's usually I'm sitting there doing something, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm having this problem again. And then I realize maybe someone else has this problem, and it's something I could talk about. And then I'll put that aside. My wife will come in and say, you know what, you should talk about this other thing, and I'll do that instead.
Now, someone mentioned here that you, that tabletop simulator, you were showing that off, the thing where I think you spent half the video showing how the table can be flipped.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had like 3 or 5 demo videos, and I'd say 80% of them were showing the table flip feature over and over.
You would like this.
Yeah, you can flip it this way and with this game, and okay.
But are you still playing with it?
A little bit. It's on my list to explore more, and a friend of mine actually wanted to try it out with me, but I haven't gone back into it in detail yet.
All right, so what's the count on games that you bought but you haven't played yet?
Bigger than it was when I did the last video. But I still haven't bought Imperial Assault. So I haven't given in on that New Year's resolution.
It's on the ding and dent shelves.
There's a ding and dent shelves back there. Cool stuff.
Baby.
As of this moment in time, I have not given in on my New Year's resolution.
So do you have meetups? Do you go to gaming meetups?
Yes. Yeah.
Do people know who you are? Like, they're like, oh, it's Chaz, the famous.
Some of it. What's nice is I started the meetup before I started doing the submissions to Board Game Breakfast. So the cluster of people
Wait, what is
in that
this? What? Board Game Breakfast?
The other show, you know.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But so the people that there know me, from just locally from that, But there's been a couple of times where someone has emailed into the group, said, I'm driving through town. Can I stop by? And they've, stopped by because they've seen the show. So that's been really neat.
Cool. It's nice to have a place that people stop by. Miami's like the last stop on.
Yeah, it's you turn around when you hit that. If you keep going, you're swimming.
Headed to Key West.
So let's see. How long does it take to make your board game breakfast segment?
I say it takes typically about 1.5 to 2.5 hours per minute of final footage.
What?
You didn't know that?
No. That's what I do. Wow. Well, how long does it take you to do like Board Game Blender?
Everything, including editing the whole show?
Yeah. At least a
about
day, right?
What it takes Chaz to put together a 5-minute video.
How long does it take you to do your segment?
My segment is usually, I would say altogether, probably for 3 hours altogether.
Yeah.
Are you a credited producer on Drive Thru Review?
I did help support Joel's Kickstarter.
Oh, that's what your role is. Okay, they were asking you to do a role.
Yeah,
You're not actually doing...
No. I just contributed to campaign. That was one of the perks for it.
There's a game called Super Table Flip. We have to buy that for Sam.
Yes, we do.
All right. My 6-year-old son is really into King of Tokyo. He's an emerging reader and will be a full-fledged by winter. What other games should I consider for him? Well, as of last night, I played Ultimate Warriors with a Z at the end. If you like King of Tokyo, you will like that game.
Really?
Oh, man. I really liked it.
Fun game.
It's total just bash the other guy with some card play.
It looks like King of Tokyo a little bit too, with the big cardboard punch.
Yeah.
Monsters.
I'm surprised it hasn't gotten more buzz because it's really... you have 9 cards. In each turn, you're going to play 7 of them. And each card gives you your defense, your movement, your attack, and your range attack.
Simultaneous play?
Well, no, they're numbered from 1 to 8. Oh, there's 8 cards, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're playing 7 to 8 cards. They're numbered from 1 to 8, and all the 8 cards go off first, and all the 7s.
Got it.
And so you play a card, and it will change your defense. And the defense is a number, like if Z has 4 attack, and he's attacking me, he rolls 4 dice, and if my defense is 4, he needs to get 4s or higher to hit me.
Got it.
And when you hit your opponent, they give you wounds, which are victory points. And you can eliminate everybody, or if you're the people who aren't eliminated when the game ends, whoever has most points wins.
Nice.
And so Sam was playing a dragon that had, 16 hit points?
Yep.
But his defense was like a 2 at the beginning.
Got it.
And fluctuated around 2, 3, 4. I played a guy with 6 hit points, but my defense was 5 or 6.
Got it.
And we both survived to the end of the game, but we killed some people.
Shut up.
But he had more victory points.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Total, I mean, it's not a deep game, but really and the box flips, and you put in these things that fit between the sides of the box, and it builds an arena.
Thing, kind of.
Oh, it's really cool. Highly recommend it, but I mean, you got to realize what you're getting into, but I liked it a lot. So I think if you like King of Tokyo, you will like that, especially if you're like me, and you think the points part of King of Tokyo is a waste of time. Because there's no points in it, it's just killing stuff.
It's about killing.
You get points for killing stuff.
Was Divorce Court the worst game you've ever played?
Divorce Court was so abysmal, I dare to even call it a game. I'm not sure if it qualifies.
There's a game called Divorce Court.
To date, it was the worst game that I have ever seen and endured. It is the number one.
Wow.
Let's see here. Where's your hat? You don't normally wear a hat, do you?
Oh no, I'm always hatless.
They were asking where's your
Oh, because we're wearing hats, I see.
Oh,
I'm not wearing a hat.
Yeah, Sam, you almost never wear a hat, do you?
No.
Even outside?
No.
The sun beating down?
No.
It's craziness.
Now he needs a beard also, apparently.
Come on, dude.
okay, wait till the end of the con.
When we be back. Promo Pack Z, for those of you watching, the last promos for that are supposed to be arriving in the U.S. today, so give them another few days. Everything else, the U.S. stuff is all shipped. If it's not Promo Pack Z and you are living in the United States, your stuff is shipped. International stuff, your stuff is shipping. So hopefully you will enjoy the promos. I haven't heard that anyone's got their stuff yet, but I'm assuming someone must have gotten it because it all shipped already. Any thoughts on the game of 49? Have you played that?
Oh yes, I love it. I actually was hoping to get in a game of it. I believe Dan King likes it a lot, so I was going to try and track him down and get in a game of that specifically with him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not here, but he got in at 2 in the morning. So, I mean, still, come on.
Yeah. What a slacker. No, I played it recently as well, and I really liked it too.
All right. Well, we don't want to hold you up. We'll have you back again, I'm sure, live. We'll let Chaz go.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna go not buy Imperial Assault.
All right.
We're gonna break him.
Follow him, make sure he does it.
Are you?
No.
Okay, here. I'm gonna put Sam in my. Sam, I'm gonna put you here for a second, and I'm gonna go grab another guest and drag him on our show. So here's the mic.
How's the con going? Well, it's just starting now. There's a big little. Are they actually hearing me?
I don't know.
Someone asked, "How's the con going?" It's just now starting. There's a big line outside of people still waiting to get in. But this place always has a good vibe. You know, it's already. I mean, we haven't even really done anything yet, and already it's very friendly and
they're still checking.
Relaxed. You know?
They're still checking people in.
Yeah,
at the door.
It's good. It's a good vibe here. Always.
Very cool.
Like I said, the con just started, so there is no most popular game yet.
Right.
But we will check in with that information. I think as the convention goes on, we'll let you know what's what's been hot, what's been getting a lot of play.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, cool.
What's the box next to the laptop?
This is a
Operation
game that
Faust.
Mr. Robert Burke just dropped off. Operation Faust. And this is what looks like a finished production copy of this already. This,
I think it is.
Kickstarter. And
Oh, I'm staying here. Okay.
it's a very good looking box, actually.
Hey, now we have Patrick Havert, the guy who runs Dice Tower Con.
Patrick!
How's it going, everybody?
So if you have questions for him, like is he making? He's rich from this convention.
No.
But so do you have like numbers on the convention this year?
This year we have 1,238 people registered. And
Okay, I would say over 1,000, but
no, with everybody that comes, we also have the Pathfinder people as well as the exhibitors. So we went over 1,200.
Wow.
And next year we'll be at 1,500. And the year after that we'll be around 3,000.
so what's the toughest thing about this? When do you start planning next year? Last year?
Basically, we've already planned a lot of stuff for next year already. And we'll take a week off after this and then go into con mode for the next year.
Can you tell folks a little bit about next year, the differences and the new hotel and all?
Basically, we'll be at the Caribe Royale. Every room there is a suite. So when you go, there'll already be a refrigerator, a couch that pulls out for another bed, as well as a microwave.
Sweet.
They have a convention center, so we'll have a giant ballroom that's about 35,000 square feet, as well as some breakout rooms. And then the year after that, we get a 60,000 square foot ballroom.
Right, so someone asked how the convention works. Do we have a dealer room and things like that?
Well, next year we're going to have a dealer's room set up so that people will be able to go in and see the exhibitors and get demos from them. This year, they are around this area, around the outside of the main space, as well as up in the landing of the next building over, so that you can see all kinds of different things. And like It's a Trap, people are here to run a little 10, 15-minute thing.
Who is exhibiting this year?
Eagle Griffin, Upper Deck, Cool Stuff, 8th Summit, Common Man Games, R&R Games, Jester's Hand Publishing, US Games, Meeple Source, and Arcane Wonders.
Wow.
And GMT Games.
Question, I think this is pertinent. You just talked about it. Why just 1,500 next year when this year sold out so fast?
This year I was really surprised it sold out so fast. Last year it took 6 months. This year it took 4.5 days. Next year we got 1,500. There's a giant convention in town that basically kind of pushed everybody else out of the way. So that was the space that we could get. And really it's a matter of just coming up with the cash, because a lot of the hotels won't let you move to a much bigger space unless you put up a huge cash deposit.
Right. Okay. Tom, anything else?
I don't know. I mean, it's up
Well,
to
there's a
everyone.
question here for me about if I'm going to review Senji, and I will get to that one. It's on the to review pile, so I will do that at some point.
All right, well, thanks, Patrick. You're welcome to come by anytime.
Thank
now
you.
We have Jason Brenner from Upper Deck.
Hey, what's up?
This is your chance to grill him.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, same. Here, Tom, sit here.
Go ahead, bud.
Oh, I got Nick coming.
Huh?
Nick is coming.
Okay, have Nick come in.
Oh, you went out?
No, I'll be back behind.
All right. All right. Are there exclusives at Dice Tower Con? Not that I know of. I mean, there's there was promo cards in a bag, but I think they were for Flux.
I haven't looked at them yet.
Was there promo?
Hey, give me my bag.
What's in a bag? All right. Anyway,
Guys,
What's in the box?
Jason here's from Upper Deck, and they're really pushing to bring out your dead game,
Yes, sir.
and still refusing to tell us more about the Predators game. Why? Tell us about it.
I'll tell you everything you want to know right now about Predator.
All right, ask him.
Go for Predator.
fully compatible with the original encounters.
Yes, with a conversion kit, which we will have at Gen Con.
And I have Wolverine fighting the Predators. That's all I want to know.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
If Wolverine can fight an alien, he can fight a Predator.
Wolverine is that one character that everyone asks about. No one ever asks, like, will Beast fight the
Will
Predators?
Gambit be in it? Will he be fighting something?
It's always Wolverine. Is that the only promo in the bag?
That's the only promo we have.
Is that Flux?
That is Mammoth. Yeah, I guess that's Flux.
The Woolly
I don't know.
Mammoth pack.
It's Looney Labs. It's Flux.
Well, no, that might be that artifact actually.
We're going to figure out what this is.
No, the artifact isn't that from that timeline game?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's Looney Labs. Yay. You can have mine.
That's mine, sir.
Oh.
So you can have mine.
$20 on eBay.
Any other questions about Legendary?
Yeah, that was the only one.
Aliens.
Come on, man. I'm here now. Shoot.
I mean, are you going to cover all the movies? There was like 3 movies, right?
We're going to cover 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was those are the only ones worth mentioning.
So you're gonna have all the soldiers from the first one as characters, or the main soldiers. The
All
ones
right. So here's the big nut for Predator, right? The big reveal.
All right.
So Legendary Encounters Alien, you played a fully co-op experience as the humans, right? And you're fighting the aliens, and like everybody's trying to be happy and coordinate with each other. Okay, well, with Predator, we looked at it, we're like, well, are we missing an opportunity if you don't get to play as a Predator for like the whole thing? So there's actually 2 ways to play the game now. You can play the same way you did the Alien one, where it's fully co-op, you're the human teams, you're, Schwartz, let's call him Dutch Schaefer. I don't want to call him the other name. You can play
Dutch
his
Schaefer.
team. Yeah, who knew his last name was Schaefer? I had no idea until we started making this game. All right.
See, board games are educational.
Right? If you know how to read, you can learn stuff. It's cool. So basically, you can play through the whole game the same way you did before, or you flip it around, and now you can play as Predators, multiple Predators at the same time, going after trophies, human trophies like skulls and spines and stuff, and it's not a co-op experience anymore. Now it's like a PvP, everybody's going for the most points, because like if you're a Predator, you're a hunter. So it's not, hey, I want to help you, fellow Predator, and no. I want to do my own thing. So there's 2 totally different ways to play the game through both movies. So 2 movies, 2 scenarios, either way. Cool. That's the big nut. And there's like 700 cards in the box this time.
Yeah, it sounds like
Are they going to be better organized this time? I'm sorry. I have
Sorting
to ask.
is going to be so much worse than it was for Alien because there's more cards. But it only hurts the first time.
There you go.
No, if you drop the box, it hurts the second time. Just saying.
Don't
That's
drop
very
the
true.
box.
Don't drop the box.
Don't do a component dump of the cards.
No, not with almost 1,000 cards in it. No, please.
All right, well, someone wants to know about the Alien expansion now. What can you tell us about that?
I could tell you it's going to come out in, let's just say May of next year. Okay, we were going to do a big Alien expansion, but then like Predator happened, and so then we kind of looked at that as sort of an expansion as well, because it is fully compatible. So we moved out the Alien one to next year, but we're working on it right now. It's going to be, I'll tell you what I know, more new content, and this will be strictly for Alien again, and it's going to be about 400 cards.
Now, is it going to be tied to any kind of previous movie or book or whatever? Or are you going off canon at some point?
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Intriguing. Okay.
Yeah. Like again, our partner, 20th Century Fox, has been amazing, and they're allowing us to actually create some new content that's never been done before. We did that with the first game, and so we're just going to continue down those lines, but there'll be a lot of stuff peppered in that people know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Marvel Legendary now?
My God, Marvel Legendary. There's a lot of stuff for that. So Secret Wars obviously will be out at Gen Con.
So that's only a month away, so you got to have some more details on that by now.
Well, I can tell you this. Secret Wars Volume 1 is out at Gen Con.
All right.
Secret Wars Volume 2 will be out in October.
Now, because you're doing these, do you have like insight to what's coming up in Secret Wars? Could you tell us some of that? Because I'm lost.
I do not. I do not. I have to read the comics just like you good fellows.
Just like the civilians.
Could you tell us any characters coming in Secret Wars? Give us one character from the set coming out.
I'll give you a bunch. So, Doctor Strange.
Sheriff Strange.
Sure.
That's what he has in Secret Wars.
There will be the Thor core in this one. Yeah. So there's a lot of new. I mean, obviously we have like anybody who's a marquee character for Secret Wars will be in.
Go ahead. I don't care.
So Iron Man.
Rob McCord, you left your badge at front, please.
Rob McCord. So yeah, but the reason we're doing 2 volumes is the set was so big. It was
Well, they basically have everyone in the Marvel universe is in this storyline.
Right. So it was going to be like 700 cards, and we're like, you can't.
Well, you could have. I would have. No one would. Would you have complained? I would have. I would have accepted
we're gonna
that.
do it 2 volumes.
So this is a small box expansion thing.
No, it's like Dark City size.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are they both going to be that size?
Yep.
You know, I'm going to sit down and figure out all the
There's
combinations.
a lot of cards. I know, right?
The combinations now so off the chart. It's
11
ridiculous.
trillion combinations, according to Tom. Yeah, no, it's going to be good.
If you stopped right now, we'd have enough forever, but don't stop. I'm just saying if you did.
Just because you guys are awesome, and I'll give you another spoiler, our big box for next June. I can't tell you what it is. Wait,
He was going to say Civil War.
I was going to say something that rhymed with that.
All right.
Nibble S'more.
That's cool. All right, let's see what else we got. Bring Out Your Dead. Is there a reason that you didn't like use an IP on that and you just brought it out straight?
No, there's really no reason we didn't use an IP. It was presented to us as is, and I really just fell in love with the whole look of it, the feel of it. I love the theme, and quite frankly, I didn't think it required a license. It was just a really good thematic, fun experience. It's light, it's family friendly, and honestly, when it's an unlicensed good, we do all the approvals, so we don't have to it's just a much faster experience.
Yeah, and I like that game a lot. It was just unusual that that was the one that you sort of broke away from the IPs to go for.
Yeah, and it was interesting. We had a lot of discussion for the last few years about doing a homegrown IP game, and honestly, I was really adamant about waiting till the right time, and we wanted to make sure we had a couple of good titles under our belt with legendary encounters, and making sure that players understood kind of the kind of games we want to put out, because I think you need that license to really gain a lot of credibility behind a game
and momentum to
for
keep
sure.
going with other things.
But now I think we're at a point where people get it, they know what kind of stuff we're doing, and so now is the right time to put out Bring Out Your Dead.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, back to Legendary. How do you pick the artists for that? How does that go about? Because it's unique artwork, right?
It's all unique, yeah. Now Secret Wars is actually a mix of existing art and original art. The reason we did that is because it's Battle World and all different things are coming together, and we actually wanted not one uniform look for the whole thing. We wanted a whole bunch of different looks, so that's why we went kind of both. But to your question, we actually source them out. We go through Marvel, gives us a lot of recommendations for Legendary. For the Predator and Alien stuff, we source our own. We do a lot of it in-house. We do a lot of the sourcing in-house. We don't do the art in-house. But yeah, we just reach out to artists and we meet them at shows. We have a team that actually goes out and finds these people, and then we just look over their stuff. And not everybody is always used, but we have some go-to guys that we've used several times.
What can you tell us about Versus?
I can tell you it is launching at Gen Con. Still, we're going to have the first set, 400 cards. It's going to be 4 teams. It's all Marvel based. It's actually called Versus System 2PCG. The Marvel Battles is the name of the game. I've been very strategically showing it around to certain folks who have been very active in the Versus community over the years, and people will call me out if I'm not telling the truth, but the people I've shown it to, they've all been very relieved, is the best word to use. It's just a sigh of relief going, okay, you didn't screw it up. Okay, thank you. Because there are some changes.
Okay.
It has been streamlined a little bit, but overall, the game still feels like Versus. It's still...
So it's not backwards compatible?
Whatever you want to do at your kitchen table is up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. whatever you want to do there. But for tournament-wise, you're going to have to use the new stuff.
So someone has a question here. What made Upper Deck jump into the board game arena? I think you were part of that, right, when that first happened. What happened? I mean, no one thought Upper Deck was a game company, and suddenly you were.
I know, right? Magic. So it's interesting. The TCG market it's just a tough nut to crack. I mean, look, it's owned by 3 awesome players right now. You got Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Pokemon.
Right.
And they crush it. And, like, they just crush it. So breaking into that, to me, is like, I'd rather focus my efforts on something that, I would rather play. So I'm more of a board game, card game. I like to call it, like, big box experience. That's just how, like, when I have my game nights or we're playing at work, it's if I bring out Mansions of Madness. Like, that's not a game to me. That's an experience. Like, that's a visceral, meaty, I'm in it, you know, I see the pieces, I'm in the mansion, I'm doing my thing, and I'm going through the hallways, and I'm fighting zombies that are on fire, and it's an experience. It's not just roll the dice, move a guy. So those are the games I love to play. And so when, back in 2012, when like we were kind of discussing the fundamentals of what we really want to do as a company, do we want to try to break into the TCG market, or do we just want to make other stuff for other people? I really thought like the right move was to go into the big box experience type of games. I mean, they're just...
Well, you did come out with a TCG first, right?
Before I got there. Before I came back to... Yeah, that was in process.
That mini Marvel...
it was Marvel Superhero Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a good game. It was a fun engine. It was definitely skewed on the lower end.
It actually has some similarities to Versus,
I think. Your badge.
A little bit. I mean, it was more...
Game HQ.
But it was a fun game.
Amber Cassidy.
But it just it didn't do good enough to probably like bank everything on. So we just kind of switched gears, and long story short, that's how Legendary was born. We played a lot of other games. Took some concepts that we thought were fun and just kind of put everything together and gave it to our designer, and that was Legendary.
But now you mentioned Mansions of Madness. It's a game I enjoy too,
Yeah.
but that's a huge game. It's full of miniatures. Like you said, it's a storytelling experience.
Yeah.
Can you ever envision publishing that kind of game?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Hands down, yes. Stay tuned.
All right.
Wow, you guys are really expanding. You have 4 games coming at Gen Con, right? We have Versus,
4 new titles.
Secret Wars.
Predator and Firefly Shiny Dice.
Wow, is that the name of it? Shiny Dice?
Shiny Dice.
Oh,
That's right up your alley. Shiny Dice.
Is there?
There's no room for like exclusive like shiny dice there, is there? It's gonna be awesome.
Wow. So now, Secret Wars. Just as a clarification, that's an expansion for Legendary, not Legendary villains, or is part of it for villains too?
Honestly, they're all 100% compatible with each other. So it's not like at first we were really kind of focusing on this was a hero expansion, this is a villains expansion. I think that's kind of out the door now, just because when you put it all in one
Secret
box,
Wars, it's kind of confusing who's a villain and who's a hero anyway.
Right. So I mean, like Thanos is a playable character.
Is he?
Yeah.
Thanos is a playable character.
Nice.
I'm going to use him against Thanos.
Yes, do it. Yes.
And have him steal the Infinity Gems.
So I mean, like at this point, yeah, because Secret Wars is what it is. It's a total mix. It just works with everything. So I don't really want to call it a villains expansion or a hero expansion. It's just a huge, awesome expansion.
I'm very excited about that. Well, thanks for coming on and telling us this stuff.
Thanks, man.
Have a good convention here.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks, guys. Cool. I'm gonna go back to our table over there for Bring Out Your Dead and go play.
If you're watching this and you're here, get down to the ballroom and play. I mean,
Wait, no. If you're watching this and you're here, no, you're doing it wrong.
Nick, several people, if you notice, have been asking you to say "anyways." Do you say that all the time?
I do.
Yes.
I have a tendency to say that, but I'm not going to now. So sorry.
All right,
But anyways,
Kenny, come sit down. Sit down. All right. This is Kenny from our gaming group. He is going to be selling more copies of Puerto Rico than anyone else at this convention.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of games. I got like 140 games.
140. How many of those are in shrink wrap?
Over 100 of them.
Kenny gets all the games from Barnes and Nobles in the area and brings them in and sells them for what, like a couple dollars more?
Yeah.
Why?
It's part of the advantage of coming to Dice Tower Con.
It really is. If you're at Dice Tower Con, we have a pretty good flea market, I think.
Yeah, actually, Barnes & Noble is running a sale right now.
So you're here?
He's got to run out.
You haven't hit the ones in the Orlando area.
Well, I have stopped at one or two already.
So what are you excited about playing?
I'm excited about playing games that I've already played before. So I want to play Elysium. I want to play.
As opposed to when he's in our Kenny's one of my guinea pigs. Guinea pigs, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that is true.
And there's a lot of people out here, a lot more than I remember last year.
Question to you: how did you find your Queen's Gambit copy?
Someone who actually watched the channel heard me lamenting that I couldn't get a copy easily and offered to trade it to
so
me
that's
for
all
a
I need to do?
whole stack of games. I traded
just need to go.
this many games.
I don't have.
If you cry on camera, things happen and things get done.
Okay, how do you limit your spending on Kickstarter?
If you find out how, let me know. No, I definitely have cut back quite a bit. At this point, it's got to be an amazing game. It really has to be. If it's just like, oh, that's kind of neat, I'll wait until retail because it's just too much. There's too much right now.
So this person says, would the Dice Tower Con become semi-annual if it's as popular as next year? Highly doubtful. You'll notice most conventions aren't semi-annual. PAX is the only one that does it that I know of. And they have Vuku's amounts of money and volunteers.
Plus, you've already got like 5 other cons that you go to. I mean, you have no time.
How do you limit your spending on Kickstarter? You back stuff on Kickstarter, right?
I do. I'm getting a lot better now. I'm realizing that it's sometimes better just to wait and see and play it because they're always usually they're available after the fact in the retail market.
Well, what do you think your percentage is for both of you? Like the games you're getting in, what percentage are you glad you kickstarted?
I'd say probably it's like 50-50 at this point.
Really? It's that low?
Yeah, I'm feeling like that.
I'm probably a little bit less than 50%. I mean, if it's from Coolman, you're not, I'm happy. Anything else is a total gamble at this point.
Well, I'd say that part of the reason I get unhappy sometimes is just that I realize I could get it, so much cheaper later on if I just wait instead of paying, full price and plus shipping.
Yeah. And yeah, that's the thing too. Shipping is getting worse and worse and worse as time goes on. And like, I don't know, there's so many games that there's a lot of fine games. Like I didn't have a lot of terrible games from Kickstarter, but there were games that were just like, that's okay. I mean, was there any reason for me to kickstart this? No.
Have you kickstarted anything?
Cool stuff.
Yeah, Kickstarter commission.
Right.
That was my first one.
Cool stuff. Right.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
And free pickup.
Yeah. I think the cool stuff is kind of hurts a lot of online retailers, but especially Kickstarter to a degree. Yeah.
So how do you tell if a Kickstarter game is amazing? Because Jason will tell Kenny. Jason says he never backs Kickstarters, but he does it through Kenny.
Yeah.
I don't want to
nice
skip
worker.
that Kabuki Kid question right at the top right now.
Oh, Kenny, what is the ratio of good games versus bad games that Tom makes you play when he is preparing for reviews?
Oh boy.
Be honest now, Kenny.
I'd say probably like 1 out of every 4 games I find to be at least at least good or above.
That's a good ratio.
I thought it was be higher than that, though.
And then again, I tend to like more games than you guys do. I'm a little bit easier.
We have good nights where
Oh no!
the ones you bring
yes.
are good.
Yeah, there's sometimes
But-
it's like 3 out of 4 games are good.
It all depends on the time of year. Like right now, the chances are higher because of Origins and Gen Con and all these new releases. I'm getting a couple games here, even though I'm like, oh, that's gonna be fun to play. And then there's after Essen, but then there's January through March, and I'm like, hey, Kenny, we've never played these. You want to play some?
No.
Then the ratio is like 1 out of 8.
And then there's those games that you like come from Japan that I've never heard of. It's a total mystery. Those are sometimes very good games.
Are you gonna be reviewing all the memoir stuff?
Yes, everything that I have. There are a couple things that I don't have, but we'll have to work on that.
What don't we have?
I haven't looked through all of it yet. I don't think we have the
We have that vehicle one.
the vehicle one.
Yeah.
What about the big book?
No, I got both of those.
Well, we don't have the tactics and
Oh, you mean how to play?
the one that it's supposedly teaches you how to play better. and become a master of memoir.
Do you want it?
Have you ever done a video book review?
It's one of those things where I want to look
I
at
have.
it first before I
Okay.
actually purchase it.
All right. Who wins the most at board game nights other than Jason? If Kenny's with us, probably Kenny, right?
Kenny's
does
pretty
win a
good.
lot,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now, if we take Jason out of the equation, it's
do-
kind of even.
I do either really well or really poorly in the game. It's one or the other.
Who would you say is the best other than Jason? Because Jason's pretty consistently. We got a few people in our big monthly meetup. I don't play them all the time. That are pretty good at games. John is pretty good.
Sharks.
John is pretty good at games, and
I think Jason's easing up on the gas a little bit lately because we've been beating him a lot lately.
I beat Jason at Bring Out Your Dead. Call back.
all right. What's the worst game I've made you play since the beginning of the year?
Oh, wow.
There's so many to choose from.
He's blocked it from his memory.
I can't think of it.
Well, why can't he sing about that? Someone asked, is the agenda posted online somewhere? If you look at the Dice Tower channel, you can look at the live events. It's actually down, just stream down. You can see all the live events. There may be more than that will stream, but those are the ones I'm planning on streaming. I might do some more Q&As like this just in the middle of the day. I might turn it on, but I think there's 12 different events we're streaming.
Yeah.
So that's a lot, I think. But
This is one of them, so there's 11 more.
right, there's 11.
I gotta say the worst games. I don't even remember the names of the games. It's just like, we play it. It's so horrible. I just kind of like the name just doesn't. And the good ones I do remember the names of the bad ones.
Post-traumatic stress. You just block it out. One day it'll come back.
All right.
At least there's no more the prototypes, because those are the hardest ones.
Yeah, I'm really glad we're done with that. Yeah, because you were usually my go-to guy, you and Jason, and some of those were just really bad. Who intends to have the least amount of sleeping to play games ratio while here? Definitely not me.
I plan to sleep. I'll be leaving here at a decent
I
hour.
chronically get no sleep, so it'll probably be me by default.
All right, Kenny, thank you. Dan King, he's awake. Speaking of sleep, I'm assuming you got in your room, okay? Because
I did, but they were asking me if you had my badge or not. If not, they didn't.
I don't have your badge.
Okay, all right.
Hey, nice to meet you in person.
Folks,
Hey, what's up?
this is Dan King.
How's it going?
So, this is your second Dice Tower.
Second Dice Tower.
So how's it going? What's up?
Fantastic. The lines are longer.
Yeah. Well,
People are so friendly.
is the line still way back
It's
out
way
there?
back, but they're doing his best. They're moving fast. It's just a lot of people, which is great.
Yeah. Patrick just told us it was 1,200, 1,230. He said.
I think it's 1,200. I think that's
1,200 people signed up. I thought it was only 1,000. So we're claiming this table. And the yellow tablecloth, we picked that because I thought it would match it contrasted the blue of the logo on the front. And then at Origins, we were then next to yellow. So it looked like we were working with them.
Right.
All right.
So here's a question. Did you bring the Small World Designer Edition?
I did. Well, actually, it's not here yet because Jason's bringing it. He's driving up with it today.
Okay.
So that's actually going in the library here.
Perfect. It's one of the things I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, it's really amazing. But I mean, I don't know if it's a game that a person needs to own it. It fits in a convention more. Right. Most people I know who have these big, I got War of the Rings Deluxe, I got this Deluxe. They just have them stuck on their shelves and they never play them.
It's like fine china. You never actually bring it out.
Yeah, but that's because that can break. But that's the same way, though. They're like, be careful. Don't put that card. It's a game. All right, Dan, questions.
Yeah.
What was your gateway game?
For me?
Yeah.
Ticket to Ride.
That's a pretty solid one.
That was me, and it's made my number 2 in my top 100 list. That's how much I love it. In fact, the one I've never played is one that Sam loves.
What?
Is Markland, and it's in the library, and I'm going to want to play it while I'm here. It's the only version I haven't played, but I've been looking forward to it because I know Sam loves it.
Play it with you.
Good.
Hey, wasn't that on your games I wish I played more list, Marklin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go.
Actually,
I just played the other night. My wife wanted to play just basic Ticket to Ride.
Hey, Dan.
before Ticket to Ride, actually, Forbidden Island was the gateway of the gateway for me. Forbidden Island brought me back into this hobby.
Wow, Forbidden Island. So that's still kind of new, though.
2010-ish, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Wow, that's actually not as new as I thought. Like sometimes.
Do you remember the old game Dungeon? That was
Yes.
by TSR, but now Wizards of the Coast has it.
Right.
So I was looking for an old eBay version, and then found out that they were just reprinting a new version of it. So I bought Dungeon. I thought I was a kid again, going through the dungeons, rolling the dice, and I brought it to my friend's house around Christmas, and he goes, "Yeah, try this out." He put out Forbidden Island. So we played Dungeon and Forbidden Island, and then my world blew up, and I found you, and the rest was history.
Someone wants to know what your real favorite game is.
Nice.
No, look, I mean,
Yeah, I get a lot of flack for that, unfortunately, because of obviously the ties that I have with Tom. It obviously has nothing to do with that, because, Tom didn't do anything. It was all Steve Avery. So, I'm just kidding.
no, but the thing is this. I mean, if I had that kind of pool, these guys would have that as their favorite game.
Right.
And they're like,
Right.
like Nothing Personal is his favorite game. So people say that, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, most people, if you know these guys, they give me garbage all the time.
Right. I actually wanted to hate it so I could give him crap.
When I saw that it was on the top of your list, I'm like, oh, he's just going to get a bunch of crap because
I did.
people are going to be like, oh,
And I talked to
but
Tom.
you're cursed either way. You can't.
Right. Here's the deal with that game is I went to BGG Con and I saw some people playing it and I said, have you played this before? He said, no. I said, let me sit down. That's my favorite game. By the end of that game, those guys were like, this is one of the best games I've ever played because it's the experiences that it brings. And I don't know if it's just my style of game or whatever, but for me, it makes experiences that you'll never forget, and it brings experiences that you talk about so many years later. That's why it's the best game.
And I hope to one day meet the one and only designer of it, Steve Avery. One day.
He's here, actually. But I bet you he stayed up late last night. Steve Avery. It felt like he was. It felt like he was heading in that direction.
Just getting started.
Because he was like, "What? People are going to bed?" Like, yes, it's midnight, Steve. Yeah, well, hang on. I went to. There's a couple others beforehand. Someone asked about the Martin Wallace versus Eagle Griffin games, which also ties into the Donald Vaccarino versus Queen games, which also ties into the Will Wheaton versus people who work for him. And the simple fact is this, is that I found that it's best not to get involved in these situations directly, and I will say that I think all these people should keep their disagreements between them. I don't know why the internet needs to be involved. Anytime someone goes on the internet and posts something there, they're pandering for public opinion. That's all they're doing.
Martin Wallace has, if you go back, he has a history of this. He loves starting stuff.
Look at this. Whoa. This, no, go where you just were.
Wait.
No, up a little bit.
Mayday.
Okay. Odd. I didn't bring a lot of games to this convention. I only brought 5 that fit my backpack. I actually brought Mayday.
Someone has asked that question. You have it here in your hand?
I brought it in my backpack.
Oh, okay. So this is the game that's similar to Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Good Cop, Bad Cop use that mechanic where you have 3 good or bad things, and whatever your majority are, you are. But this is more like the Resistance, where there's a lot more intrigue. It's a little bit longer, a little more in depth. But for me, it's one of the best social deduction games.
That's a terrible cover. They all look like they're faking it.
Terrible cover, and it's a theme that would never sell here. But if someone asked, show Tom that it's better than Good, I'll gladly show it to him while he's here.
We'll have to see. Okay. Dan, how long does it take to make a video from start to end?
Making the video versus
editing, there's a big difference there.
Making and editing is a big difference. So I figured by the time I unwrap a game, prep the rules, prep the game, play it a bunch of times, shoot, edit, upload, it's about an 8-hour process for me. On an average game. Of course, if a game takes longer to play, it's going to be longer than that. I typically shoot 3 videos a week, and I block out an entire night after work for that. So I'll get home at 6, and I'll be shooting till probably 10 or 10:30, and I'll usually get 3 games done shooting and editing for a week for that.
What's the sweet spot for number of players in Werewolf? 15. That's
0. Sorry.
Speaking of Werewolf, I brought something else that you might like. So,
what other game does
this just showed up the day before.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a copy?
I stuck it in the library temporarily here.
Okay. I brought this. It just came, and I know Tom loves Werewolf, so I was wondering if you've played this. Do you like it?
I have played it, but I've only played it once.
2 Rooms and a Boom?
My thing with 2 Rooms and a Boom, and I need to play it some more to see, is it felt like it was so free-form that people... See, they run it all the time at conventions, and they do well because they're running it. I wonder how well it's going to do in the market. And also, I think some people probably just got mad that you showed a copy of that.
I put it on Twitter, and the people were flipping out. I've been waiting years for this. How did you get there? I'm like, sorry. I feel bad there. So that was one of the questions I had. So I read the rule book. The rule book does a good job of teaching the mechanics of the game, but I've never played it. So I'm looking at it, I'm going, it doesn't actually tell you how to play the game. Because there's two different things. Mechanically, how to do it, but how does the game really shine?
Well, I guess you can go watch videos online, but essentially you're like saying, I'll show you my card. If you show me mine, I'll show you part of my card.
Right.
And so I'm wondering. I know it's a big thing, and it's a good game, but I'm not sure where it's going to land in that regard.
I played a prototype, and I'm hoping they cleaned it up a bit. I don't know.
Well, I might bring it to the meetup. We'll see. Do you plan to review Redacted?
We just talked about this on the phone, and I will not be.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It seemed interesting to me, but I think getting to the rules and the complexity of it was something I probably wasn't going to spend the time in, unfortunately.
Dan, are you a full-time reviewer? If not, what is your full-time job?
As soon as Tom hires me full-time, I will be full-time. Just kidding. I'm a full-time engineer. I'm an electrical engineer by trade. I work in the software industry in the semiconductor industry, so I'm a geek that does code and, engineer.
Okay. I don't know about this one. What game is the most disagreed upon between the four of you? Well, Werewolf is certainly one because you hate it.
I don't hate it. Well, Ultimate Werewolf is, was One Night.
You hate One Night? Really?
Regular Werewolf is okay.
That was in my top 10.
I love One Night.
I love One Night.
Oh, Joel Edey made it his number 2, I think.
Who?
Joel Edey.
Oh, yeah.
It's in my top 10. So maybe
I'm in the minority on that.
Do you like One Night, Sam? I can't remember.
One Night is okay. It's palatable. I don't like the other one that goes on forever and ever.
Okay.
We would have to compare our 4 lists to find something.
I watch enough of your stuff, but I think I know you guys.
Let's see. Is Bang the Dice game too light for Bang veterans?
If you enjoy Bang the card game and you think there's nothing wrong with it, then yeah, you might not like it. Although it could be one of those games that you don't have the time for a regular Bang card game and you can slip in a Bang the Dice game, it might hit that road for you. So it depends.
If you by Bang veterans you mean I like playing a card game that goes on way too long, then it might be a little too light for you.
That's the thing. I played Bang Samurai. I haven't played the original Bang. I played Samurai Sword or whatever it was, and it's fine. I don't think it's like a complex game at all. It's just longer than the dice game.
Yeah, I loved Bang, but now that I played Bang the Dice game, it's like obsoleted it almost.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought I gave my copy to you, Bang the Dice game, and I was going like, oh, I have it.
Yeah.
So I was pleased about that.
Now I have the Walking Dead version, which is exactly the same.
Have you played Dark Moon yet?
I have not, and I was hoping Barnacle was going to be here, but...
He is going to be here.
Okay, so I plan on playing it here.
Same here. Maybe we'll play a game of them together.
I've
we'll find out.
watched Joel's review of it, and it does seem like something that's up my alley. I like those games of intrigue, and having BSG be a little shorter with some different mechanics seems very interesting. So I probably will be reviewing it, but I'll test it out here with Tom.
Do me and Eric record the podcast in the same room? Eric lives in Connecticut. I live in Miami, so no. We do it remotely through Skype. We don't even see each other. We just talk, but we've done it for so long now that it's kind of easy to go back and forth. And if we do talk over each other, which doesn't happen often, Eric fixes it, makes it sound like we don't. Have any of you, besides Tom, seriously thought about designing a game? You don't want to?
I've been asked that question a lot, especially from my play group, from people, my family. They always said, why don't you design a game? And I said, look, if you design a game, number one, that's going to be your life for a while. I won't be able to do all the other things. Do I want to focus on one game that people are going to love or hate, or do I want to actually play as many games as I can? For me, it just doesn't sound like that much fun. I'd rather spread myself out and have more fun that way.
Yeah. I am much more of a consumer when it comes to games. I mean, I know I produce reviews, but I have no desire to design. I just don't. I get asked it all the time, too.
I had some ideas, and they all got shot down by Tom. So.
No, I didn't shoot your ideas down.
With the gavel, too.
Sam is going to Gen Con this year. Unfortunately,
I came here instead of Gen Con because I wanted to love on the Dice Tower people.
Me too, though, basically.
Have any of us played Bomb Squad?
No.
I have. I backed it. Bomb Squad, that's the one from Tasty Minstrel Games.
Yeah, why is that one not out yet?
So, okay, it's delayed. It should be out. Actually, it sounds like August after Gen Con.
after Gen Con?
It's gotten delayed. So Bomb Squad, for me, I played a prototype with Rado actually at Gen Con last year. And it's a cooperative game where it's kind of like this, got this Hanabi aspect where you can see other people's cards, but you can't see your own. But it's a speed element because you got to do things fast, and you're watching what other people are throwing, and then at the end it's a programming game. So think of Hanabi with speed, with programming, with different boards, different missions, different secret roles. It's awesome. I backed it right when I got home, and I'm waiting late August, I think is what they said. I don't know. Maybe they'll fly some in for Gen Con, but it's probably going to be a very limited release.
Who knows? So people have been asked about Gen Con. Honestly, I put Gen Con out of my mind till after Dice Tower Con, and then we'll look into that. I like the theme of it. Have you heard about it? It's basically a bunch of guys defusing a bomb. That's a cool theme.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be a PC theme too. You're taking the bomb out, right?
It's already got me on my short list for co-op game of the year because I already played it. I know how much I like it.
Alrighty, well I'm going to go hunt someone else down and grab a camera who wants to stick around and cover while I'm gone. You want to end?
What's that?
I will.
Oh, Nick.
What do you want? Do you want me to go?
You can stay or leave, or I don't care. I'm just going to go grab someone else. Nick's going to riff for a minute, which is very dangerous for my channel.
I'm fine. Okay, is it just me? It's just me. Oh boy. Let's see what we got here.
We'll go play some games.
I didn't come here to play games. I just wanted to record live. All right, let's answer some questions. Here's one for me. Has anyone really been far as decided to use even Go want to do look more like? Yes. Nevermore, have you played it, or is a review in the works? Thoughts? By the way, I'm answering as if I'm Tom. No. I personally, I brought Nevermore with me, so I'm hoping to play that amongst many other games. It looks cool. What's it like having board game cons? I live in Australia, so I will probs never get to go to one. This is actually my first board gaming convention. I've only actually been to one convention ever in my life, and it was Miami SuperCon. And I went there when it was not that great. Then it turned awesome. And that's actually happening this weekend by coincidence, but I came here instead. So, I don't know, it just seems good so far. I'm surprised by how many people are here the first day, the first morning of the con. Tom, you mentioned Ultimate Warriors. I see one on BGG listed for 2011. Is that the same game? I don't know about that, but I brought that too to review. What games are you guys dying to get on the table this weekend? I have a ton of stuff that I've been trying, like Three Kingdoms Redux. So I'm hoping I get to play that because that's a long one and a complicated one. I should probably have read the rules. Which games do you find yourself winning more often than not? I've been really killing it in DC Comics deck building game. I guess that's not much to brag about. Boy, I'm trying to answer these, but they keep scrolling by really quickly. I don't want to lose my place. What do you think about Forge War? I haven't played it. Have you played Ashes? I played a prototype version of Ashes. I was playtesting for it very briefly. And someone's doing something to me that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Will you ever pick a permanent catchphrase, or will it always change? It's always going to change, which is very stressful sometimes, having to come up with one. Are you reviewing full-time? No. I have a day job. I'm not anywhere close to that yet. Maybe one day. I don't know. Nick, how often do you hold back during your board game breakfast videos? I don't know about hold back. I probably would curse more if it was left up to my own devices. But as far as the things I talk about, Tom gives me free reign. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. He's never complained. Although he has put editor's notes on me a couple times. Nick, where do you live? I live about 90 minutes north of Tom. I'm down in Delray Beach, Florida. Pure coincidence. I was a huge fan of his. Started getting into board games. I'm like, wow, this guy lives like really close to me. I saw him on one of my local meetups. I'm like, I guess I'll go meet him. Nick, what other games have you brought with you? I brought a ton of stuff. I brought too much, really. I just loaded my trunk full of games, and then I'll bring a few of them out with my bag into the con. I have a huge bag over there. I brought a lot of stuff that I like already, like Shadows over Camelot, Eldritch Horror, Elysium, I don't know, Spectre Ops. But then I brought a bunch of stuff that I need to review, and this is a great time to do it. Hey Nick, do you exercise any board game resolutions? I don't do resolutions in general. You'll have to give us a first. Hey, how's it going?
Good, I was told to come back.
Oh, okay. This is, I'm sorry we've not been introduced formally.
I'm Scott from Arcane Wonders.
Hey Scott,
How are you?
nice to meet you. I'm good, I'm Nick.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I've seen your reviews.
Oh, very cool, thank you. So, yes, we are filling in for Tom temporarily.
Awesome.
Let's see. Let's find some questions.
Sure. Samuel, you play TI3 there. Yeah, I'll make him play it.
There you go.
I'll make him play it.
That seems like a good bet that he will do so. I've already seen it in the library. Let's see. Let's look for some general questions. Is it essential to have a beard to be a reviewer?
Yes. Hi.
It helps. It really helps.
Aaron Pagilinan. I probably slaughtered that. I'm sorry. Hi.
I'm not done. I wanted to get done here so I can harass Nick for like the next one.
Harass away.
We're just talking to people on the internet.
Kevin, by the way,
Yes, I remember you very well.
I remember you before you were popular.
That's right.
Before you were popular.
Before I came up. I keep my beard so glorious. If you have any tips, let me know.
Mage Wars tourney
Where are
at
you at? You
Grand
want to take your
Con.
seat back?
Yes, there will be a Mage Wars tourney at Grand Con.
Yeah.
Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, Z Garcia. I mean...
You wish!
Need my mic.
Oh, yes.
Tell the dude to take the bag off the... Dude, take the bag off the desk.
Sorry, dude.
What are you guys looking forward to at Gen Con? What are you looking forward to at Gen Con?
Again, as I've already said in this live video, and I will continue to say throughout this entire week, what we will think about Gen Con on Monday.
We will?
Honestly, this is Dice Tower Con, and so...
True.
And I haven't even gone through the list. There's a big, long list. And so I have kind of a vague idea of what games are coming out, but I'm going to specifically go through that list Monday.
Sure. Yeah. By the way, for anyone who's into board games, Eric Martin's list on Board Game Geek is going to be like the most viewed thing for the next month.
Nice.
There you go.
Although, another guy made a list that I'm looking at as much of just games that are actually being published at Gen Con.
That's a good one.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because that whole, hey, we're showing it off for our Kickstarter thing gets really old.
That's true. That's true. Hey, what game is Sam playing over there to your right?
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride. It's a new design.
I don't think it's going to work out, frankly.
So we'll come over and play Royals afterwards.
Yeah, but not only are you playing Ticket to Ride, you're playing first edition Ticket to Ride because it has the Hobbit cards.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it, Royals is awesome. I will vouch for that.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, we actually have that here. We're demoing it and showing it. Everyone's getting very excited about it.
I love the fact
That's one of your games. What are you doing?
I love the fact that they're retheming it into Vikings.
No, we're not.
Sorry. Oops, sorry. Did I let the cat out of the
Terminators. No.
All right.
What are you most excited about in the Dice Tower Essential line?
Wow, I can't say that.
We got a lot.
But can we talk about the new one yet?
No, we can't. No.
Okay, but we can
We have a
say
new one.
there's another one, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I am too.
And it's a brand new thing, not seen before.
Very different. Very different.
I mean, well, the concept's not so different. Well, actually, it is different.
It is. Yeah, it is.
But that's all we can say.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting.
We'll announce it
Soon.
some point.
Soon.
Okay.
It's an entire thing. There's a lot.
But anyway,
we got City of Gears, we got Royals, we got
Onitama, yeah.
We got a lot.
And I'm really excited because all these games, including the new one, are different styles.
Yes.
We have abstract, we have the party style game. I'm very excited about that because it shows diversity, and they really are games I think people should own.
And let me tell you, Onitama is so good that you can play it completely wrong and still have fun. Like as my commenters were quick to point out, I was doing it where it wasn't open information for the cards. Like everyone were holding their
You can
hands.
play that way.
Yeah.
It's a little harder that way.
It becomes a memory game.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Wow. I don't know. I don't want to play that way.
Tom and I played, I think, probably almost 10 games of Onitama in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it was amazing. So it was really fun. Really fun.
And we are also working on, and there's no announcement or anything for when it's going to happen, but we're working on a Sheriff of Nottingham expansion.
Yeah.
So that's being worked on. We play tested it last night and found lots of problems. So
somebody actually made a comment about the best way to deal with button bags breaking off in Sheriff. If you have them that break, just contact us, customer service at arcanewonders.com. We'll get them taken care of. So, Zombies trading in the Mediterranean with Cthulhu. Okay, I don't know what that means, but all right.
That's the whole things I'm tired of. So they stuck them in a thing.
I want to make a game all around werewolf mermaids. Mermaids.
Like the ones from
Just something totally
from the cabin in the woods.
Yeah,
Those mermaids.
totally
Those are
different,
nasty
right?
mermaids.
Yeah, see, he agrees, right?
Dice Tower Con will not be in the same place next year. We're moving to the Caribe Royale. Bigger. Yeah, I mean, this room here, it's you can't see all of it right now, but it's almost full.
It's packed.
And it's Wednesday morning.
I was telling him while you were gone, I'm shocked that this is the first morning of the con, bright and early, and it's almost packed.
The line was like out the door, out the hotel. I mean, it was.
Don't mind me.
Yeah,
I had to pull the whole. Don't you know who I am?
No, he said there's 1,200 people.
1,200. So there's 1,200 people this year. Tom and I have been arguing, so this is my challenge to the internet. I think we can get 2,000 people easily. So that's your challenge, internet, is to get 2,000 people at Dice Tower Con next year, right?
We're not arguing over that. I think
good.
I think we could have did 2,000 this year if we hadn't sold out.
I think so too.
No, next year, unfortunately, we can only go up to 1,500.
1,500?
Because we don't have the whole hotel.
Got it.
But the year after that, 3,000.
So what you're saying is the internet could take control of the whole hotel and then bring 2,000 people.
Scott is a riot-rousing person. All right, go back and teach Royals. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks so much. Good to see you, Nick. Take care, internet. Bye.
Kevin, join us.
Finally, Scott left.
Thank goodness.
All right, Kevin is the host, or one of the hosts. Or
I'm not even a host.
He's the producer
That's right.
of Dice Tower Showdown.
Have you ever heard of Dice Tower Showdown?
I heard it's not that great.
Yeah, no. He used to be on, and then he got all famous.
I had a record for appearances.
That's
at one
right.
Point. It's probably been broken at this point.
No, I think Bill had the record, actually.
Yeah, it's Bill.
Which is why we made him the host. We're like, Bill, you're always on this show.
You've been on too much. It's time to become the host.
So I see. I'm just interested. You got an Apple Watch? How's that working out for you?
I like it. I mean, I hate talking about it because it's that whole Apple pretentious thing.
Yeah.
I haven't messed with it that much. Mostly, it's great for messages because I don't always feel my phone. In fact, in like a convention, I never, but I feel the wrist shake. So I can look at that, quick answer, boom. And also when I'm driving, it gives you directions. Really handy to be able to look at your watch rather than anything else.
That's true. Sorry, not to sidetrack us here. Okay.
No, we're not. We have no agenda.
No agenda. All right.
Nick, do you watch tabletop?
I actually don't, and it's not because of any particular reason. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's kind of cool, and sometimes they have comedians and things on that I like, but I don't like watching this incredibly scripted gameplay going on with like intercuts of other people. It's just not for me.
All right, let's see here.
It could be worse though, right? Because you could do a live play and then mess up as many rules as the scripted play anyway.
Or do a live marathon where like most of the games you play, the other people hate.
Yeah.
Board Game Breakfast will be radically different next week. New contributors. Lack of contributors. No, yes, so is there a chance for a dexterity game in Dice Tower Central Line? I mean, there's a chance for that sort of thing, but I don't go looking for any particular type of game. Like, had someone show me Flick 'em Up, I would have added that. That's how much I like Flick 'em Up.
I gotta play that.
Really, really into that.
Bring that with you?
I did, but they also have it here in the library. So actually, this year we have hot game tables. They stole the idea from Board Game Geek. And so on these tables, there's games that they think will be played all week long. So there's Elysium and Flick 'em Up and Spyfall. Guarantee you Spyfall will be the most played game at this convention.
Yes, I agree.
Just because I've had one copy for the past 5 months and it's played every time I bring it. So now that copies are everywhere,
well,
it's the party game of the night, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Talk about the gaming, because I haven't even been over there yet and looked at it, the checkout center there. Like, do you ask publishers, like, hey, you want to submit games to the library?
Well, he does some of both. I mean, I know he talks to publishers, but he also buys games.
Okay.
And the library, if a game is not checked out one year, it doesn't show up the next year.
Gotcha.
Which means the library is a streamlined, it's not as big as Board Game Geek's library, but
Board Game Geek's library also has like 25% stuff you wouldn't actually want to play.
Right. But I mean, other than that, I'm not being,
I 100% agree with you.
It's the best gaming library I've ever seen, honestly. And that's with me going to Origins. Cabs has a pretty good library. This one is better. It really is.
I agree. Like, I've been to a couple different ones, and I've been to this one. It's my second year now. I just remember going, and like anything I ever wanted to play was here. Like, there wasn't ever an opportunity or a time where I was like, oh, you don't have this game in the library. And like, I got Imperial Settlers last year, played here long before it even came out.
That's cool. Yeah. Nice.
All right. Let's see here. We're not going to care about Will Wheaton right now.
Will Wheaton.
Flick 'em Up or Catacombs? That's actually a good question. I think I'd pick Flick 'em Up because it allows you to play up to 10 people and has that huge fun factor. Everyone's around the table screaming. Catacombs is fun, but it's 1 versus 4. And just Flick 'em Up has that whole Western thing. I think it's more appealing. I'm actually keeping both of my collection, but I would pick Flick 'em Up. I'm a big dexterity guy, though.
Well, do you have the new Catacombs?
Yeah, it's here in the library, but I'm taking it back with me when we're done. But it's really, the boards are bigger. It's really cool.
Nice. Do you want to get Dan in here?
Dan's already been in here.
Oh, he's already been in here?
He has been.
Popular guy, no. Is this your first Dice Tower Con? No, you were here.
No,
were you here last
one.
year?
No, 2 years ago.
Okay, all right.
Dan only does even years.
Okay.
Lucas, what?
Even years.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Odd years.
I only do leap years.
All right, well, we've been on here for an hour. I might let the camera roll for a little bit more, see if I can find some other people, but I don't want to
tell me I'm not interested in. I'm not interested.
Okay, hang on. Let's get some more questions for Kevin.
I got games to go play.
Kevin.
Are you kidding me? I gotta go play games now.
That's right.
How is food in the area? The food is pretty good. I mean, Orlando has a ton of restaurants. There's only a few that are close to here, but there's a really great Italian restaurant at Steakhouse across the street. I mean, it's amazing. And right across the street is a Village Inn, which has pies, which are mind-blowingly delicious.
See, I disagree. Like, if you can get, you probably need a vehicle, but if you can get 10 minutes from here up International Drive, there's some real good food.
Wait, no, that's what I meant though. I meant walking distance.
Okay.
Oh, if you have a car,
Yeah.
there's so many good options. Any of you who don't have a car, the food here at the hotel is not bad. It's expensive.
Yeah.
But there's also, we got some cheap Subway across the street and some other places, like a few other small restaurants. The place we're moving to next year, I've already scouted it out. It's not as close to International Drive, but there's enough restaurants. There's a Chinese buffet close enough, so most geeks will be happy with that. What do you guys think about the Star Realms expansion?
Which one? More the little like Gambit pack?
Yeah, you like the Gambit packs? I like them. They're not necessary, but they add good stuff.
The ones I didn't like the heroes very much. I just felt they didn't really add much to the game.
Oh, what is this? What is the Dice Tower Showdown?
Hey!
Okay, ladies
People
and
wanna
gentlemen,
know.
this is the best podcast on the network.
I'm not arguing, go ahead.
Of course. So we pit sides versus each other. Sometimes it's round table. It's a really good time. If you ever want to come on, let us know. Nick used to be on there, so he can vouch that it's a really awesome time, right?
It is. I had a lot of fun. That was before I did anything else. I think I had a channel at that point, but it was just in its infancy. And that was before I did anything else on the network, and I had a lot of fun doing it. But I love to argue.
Yeah.
I'm like an agent of chaos, so I'll just argue with anyone about anything.
I can't imagine that. Now, someone asked about my favorite pie. It's easy. Here's my top 10. Number 1 is key lime pie. Love key lime pie, yeah. Number 2 is cherry rhubarb, although strawberry rhubarb is a decent substitute. Number 3 is chocolate mousse. 4 is chocolate caramel. 5 is peach. 6 is cherry, a good cherry pie. 7 is lemon meringue. Yeah, it's easy. Actually, that might be 6, but 8 would be just plain rhubarb. 9 is cookie pie crust type thing. And 10 is raspberry, probably. Raspberry.
So no pumpkin?
No, pumpkin's okay. I don't really like it that much.
Really?
Just point out, I don't know that I've even tried 10 pies in my life. He not only, you know them in order, off the top of your head.
I'm sure this isn't the first time that's been asked.
That's not on
No,
his,
it's
that
not.
wasn't on his Apple Watch. He memorized that.
Look, I like to make top 10 lists about everything.
That's true.
I have top 10 list friends. No, I don't. My kids, I've ranked them.
Number 17.
Can you
Yeah, make sure you pass that one around your family.
Can you imagine? Okay, kids, I want you to watch this video.
Yeah.
Number 8.
I didn't even make it on the top 10.
I'm an honorable mention.
However, with 7 kids, if they have like 5 kids each, then I can do a top 10 list of grandkids someday.
Well, the grandkids
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're winning any.
The grandkids get immediately raised up to the next level. They just bypass the normal kids on you.
Oh, that's right. Top 10 family members, and my kids don't even make the list. Just the grandkids. That would be a grandparent thing to do.
Yep.
I would never do that, guys.
See, but at that point, right, you'd be old enough where they'd just be like, oh, that's just some crazy old Tom doing whatever he does.
Yeah, but then people would be still like, Wait a minute, you said I'm 3 and they're 4?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, there you go, right? They just get better presents at the holidays, right? Because they got to try to one-up each other then.
Yeah.
It's an awesome
That's right.
competition.
Guys, there will be a top 10 list coming out on January 1st.
That's right.
So,
No pressure.
don't. You know what, though? My wife's grandmother put an article in the news from the newspaper. It was a Q&A with like ask who those ladies are. Ask whatever.
Dear Abby.
Dear Abby, right? And it's like, Dear Abby, my kids don't seem to appreciate what I have. Blah blah. And it's like, well, remember, the ones who appreciate you will get the inheritance. And this was highlighted and put on the refrigerator during a family reunion.
Nice.
And it was hilarious. And then when we got there, they gave everyone a piece of paper and said, go around the house and write down the things you want.
Holy cow!
So I said, Laura, write down the house.
The house.
I bet
Yeah, there you go.
I bet no one else will write that down.
That's right.
She's like, I can't do that. I'm like, yeah, you can. Just write down everything.
The copper wiring.
Yeah.
Anyhow, no, the house is gone. They sold it. But I thought the whole thing was hilarious. I couldn't believe that they had posted that there for everyone to see and highlight it. Just very interesting.
Okay. I'm gonna bail out of here.
All right.
I feel like I've been without board gaming for like an hour
Well,
now.
actually,
so
you might not get. Oh no, you got your buds.
I got people.
You
over
might
here.
not get a table if you don't hurry.
Wow.
It's really.
Okay. So my final thing, if you're not here this year, get here next year. It's a blast. You get to meet a ton of really cool people. Awesome game selection. I assume, is it going to be a bigger hall, like a physically bigger hall next year?
Actually,
or are you still going to do smaller rooms?
No, I think it's a bigger hall. We're going to Creve Royale. They have a convention center that has 6,000, space for 6,000. I went and looked. It's huge. We're talking Origin style, huge. However, we don't have the whole thing next year.
Okay.
So we'll have the whole thing in 2 years.
Okay.
But I'm really excited about it. Yeah, it's one of those ones I was like, ooh, I can barely see the back.
Yeah.
I like that sort of thing.
I agree. I like it better in one big room versus kind of the different little rooms. Then you're like, oh, I didn't even know you were here the entire convention. So, that's my 2
someone's looking
cents.
for FIFA players. Do you want to go run over there with me?
I haven't reviewed it yet, have you?
All right, Tom, Nick, the
All
public,
Good to
always
see
a
you, man.
pleasure. I still don't think I've ever gamed with you, ever before, by the way. So if you get time this convention.
It's possible.
He's far too important.
Yeah, oh, he is. I'm
No. I play with everyone.
low man on the totem pole. All right, see you guys.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I'm going to hey guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the camera here and show you a little bit of the convention and hopefully not knock the wires over too much. All right, thank you, Nick.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we have the convention. Over here, you can see the registration area. You can see that there's still people out in the hallway waiting to get in. This is the hotel area. So here's people over here getting registered. Over here is the library. You can't see all of it here, but you can see there's ticket to riding a Todd. And then alphabetically, there's A's and B's, etc. And there's the people who are checking people in and out. There's Jean, she's in my gaming group. And I believe we have, we're live, Jean.
Oh, wonderful.
There's tweets about the convention. And I'm actually not sure what that is. And this is also tweets about the convention. Here's hot tables, gaming tables that are here. And you can see, like, for example, Scoville. I guess not so hot. But over here, we have Alchemist. I guess that's not a hot game either. Hang on, here we are. Tesla versus Edison. Spyfall. There's Orleans. And Elysium. That one's going to be going the whole time. Over here is Matt playing Ticket to Ride, and Sam. Hang on, I need to make these legs. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is the main big ballroom, and it doesn't look as big, I guess, on camera, but there's a lot of people playing in here, and you can see there's Richard Launius talking to some people. You can see in the back of the room here, there's Cool Stuff is in the very back, and over here, if you see these white shelves, that's the Ding and Dent. You'll notice all those spaces in there because people have already ravaged them and bought lots of games. But Cool Stuff is also back there selling a pile of games. If I can move this camera out a bit, over here, Eagle Griffin has that back corner. So they're demoing some of their new games. Over here, back there, is Gray Fox. There's Shane from Gray Fox. I'll try to get him on the show tomorrow. Then over here we have US Games. Next to US Games we have R&R Games. There's Frank from R&R Games. And then over here, that's still R&R Games. Over here we got Meeple Source with their Meeples. And then over here in the corner we got Arcane Wonders showing Sheriff of Nottingham. So that's basically it. This is the whole convention. Just keep an eye out for more. I'm going to shut this live stream down now, but we might have other live streams show up throughout the course of the day. We'll definitely be later on tonight. We will be live streaming a designers panel and live streaming our opening game show. So hopefully those will be enjoyable to watch. I'll probably live stream something in between there and now. But that's me, Tom Vasel, signing out, guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time.